So there are around 15 to 20 lakhs people now appearing.
15 to 20. Yeah.
And out of that, around 600 to 800 get selected for around 19 to 22 services, around 20 services. So they keep increasing or decreasing. Sometimes like this railway services, they're going to put it separately. So IAS officers are mostly around 100, 130, 150 like that. And similar is IPS. Then further this number decreases after IRS. Like if you have Indian corporate legal services, you have 15, 20 people. Indian foreign services again less than 50, around 15, 20, 25. So this number, it reduces like anything. So I think it is considered to be the toughest exam at the postgraduate level in the world, just because the kind of number of people who are appearing for this. And that's why it becomes a little bit adventurous, because people get bored of things which they can predict. If you can predict something, it will be boring. And it is very difficult to make for finalists. That's why it is adventurous. People like it, the process. And that's why everybody is appearing for this also, because this is the most coveted service in the country. So I would say, when you prepare for civil services, hardly you would be able to spot out around 5 to 10 candidates, 5 to 10 maximum, when you make it to the final list, who you would be knowing before you get selected for the exam. And for IITs as well as civil services, I have felt one thing, that you will never be able to see your competitors. So in a way, everybody is preparing and you don't know where your competitors are. So forget the competition. Don't think about your competitors. Compete with yourself. You think there is only one seat and you are the only person and you have to score 100%. You compete with yourself and then you will be relaxed, because it creates pressure. So you don't have to pressurize. You need only one seat. And I would tell that out of 15-20 lakhs, there are a good number of people who are not serious in that. So when after prelims, around I think 9 to 10,000 people, they get selected for writing the mains exam. That 9 to 10 apart in that 9 to 10,000, around 3 to 4,000 people are very serious. And that's where the competition comes. And then there is the interview. And interview is the most exciting, most deciding factor, which will keep you in the race, which will take you out of the race. And I've seen there was a time, I think 15-20 years back, when students who were from engineering professional backgrounds, they used to score very high marks in their engineering subjects and their mathematics and physics subjects. That it was not dependent on interview marks. They would get around 15 marks, 50, 30, 40 marks, and still they would make it to the top. But now the system has become like that. If you don't do good in every stage, you cannot be able to keep yourself in the race. And if you want to be in a good rank, you have to score very good in interview. And people think it is difficult to score very good in interview, but I find it is the most easiest, most spontaneous part of the preparation, where you will score very high in interview. You just have to prepare yourself right from day one. You should be preparing for your interview from day one. When you prepare for civil prelims, people are not very good with facts. You should remember the facts. And how you would, I will give an example. The gross enrollment ratio in our country is 27.1. So a lot of students, when they read it, what is gross enrollment ratio, they will be saying it's 27.1. So it does not make any sense. Like, what are you understanding? Suppose now I tell you, out of 100 children who are there in the country, only 27 children are able to go and study in schools. Now you just feel the difference. Absolutely. Like out of 100, 27 are able to rest 100 minus 27. Only 73. They are not able to make it to the college. So 73 children we have to get them to the school. So you have to think from that perspective. If you go to primary, this gross enrollment ratio, we have around 98. And sometimes it becomes more than 100. Why? Because some adults also come, they take admission. So it becomes more than 100 also. Yeah. 100 people we are taking and they are enrolling in schools. So data, statistics. When you use that data in understanding something, that becomes something. So that becomes a concept, that becomes a knowledge. You should be able to You should be able to do that. If you're not able to do that, you're just cramming the facts. You will never be able to understand what is the reason you are preparing for civil services.